welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Diamante. Today we are in my 5th week of Wegovy, which is insane. Like, I literally cannot believe that it's been 5 weeks, and I feel like every week that goes by it gets a lot easier, which I'm super excited about. Also, if you're new here, you should probably watch my other Wegovy videos so that way like you're caught up in chronological order. I will link them all like up here so that way you guys like have them. But yeah, I'm super excited to get this week started. So without further ado, let's go ahead and cue the measurements. Let's do these measurements. Okay, let us see what's happening. For bust, we're at 41.5. For waist, we are at 37. And then for butt and hips, we are at 51. Let's go ahead and talk about my results for this week. So this week, my current weight is 226.4, my BMI is 39.1, and then my body fat is 49.4. So let's go ahead and talk. So I lost a little less than a pound, which like any weight loss is fine for me. My BMI is at 39.1, so we're losing BMI again. My body fat is down by 0.3, so we're at 49.4. My body water is going up again, so we're at 34.7. This is like the highest body water that I've been at since I've started my health journey again, which is really good. My skeletal muscle is at 29.5. My BMR is at 1492, so we're going up. My fat-free body weight is at 114.6. My subcutaneous fat is down, so we're at 42.3. My visceral fat is still at 21. And then my muscle mass is at 107.6. So I'm getting some gains again. And then my bone mass continues to be 6.8. My protein is still at 10.3. And then my metabolic age is at 34 still. But yeah, like I'm super excited. And like, you know, like my non-scale victories from last week were really cool too. Like I literally just bought those pants like a month ago and they were so tight. Like I can't even stress that. Like, and I had returned the same pair of jeans because I had gotten them like a size smaller, not because like I wasn't conscious of my size, but truth be told, like I don't really buy denim from Target. Like I've always bought denim from Express. So I just wanted like a pair of like cute 90s like style jeans. And I couldn't find like what I was looking for on Express, and so then one day I just decided to check Target and I saw that that specific pair of pants had really good reviews, so I decided to buy a pair. And I had already sized up, and so I thought like that would be fine, and then like those would not like even go past like my thighs, like, and I was like really sad about it. But then also like, you know, that's like another thing to keep in mind. Like no clothing size is universal, especially for women. Like it depends so much on like what the fabric is, like the way that it's cut, like where is it coming from. So anyway, I had returned that pair and then I bought the same pair in one size bigger. And at the time, like it wasn't fitting me like, you know, super comfortably, but I could at least get them like buttoned up. And so I had asked Lou, I was like, should I change the pants and get like a bigger size up? He's like, no, like you know, you're about to start your medication, so like, you know, just keep them and then you can use them to keep track of your progress and stuff like that. And so I was like, you know what, that's like a really fabulous idea. So that's what I did. I kept them and now they fit like a glove. So I say all of this to say not every victory is like the same. Like there's so many different things that like you can keep track of with your progress. Like there's so many people in the comments that have been telling me like, wow, like compared to your first video, like your face looks so much slimmer, and like thank you so much for that compliment. But like if you guys feel like I need to like take more collagen or do something else, like please tell me that too, because I am trying to like lose weight in a very slow and steady way and not have it age me. So like literally please tell me if you feel like I need to get like a facial or something. You know, we can keep each other accountable. Like you guys are like my friends here. So yeah, please tell me that. So anyway, I'm really excited about this week. I'm trying to see like what fun recipes I'm gonna like have and incorporate throughout this week. I don't know if I said it yet, but I am staying on 0.25 milligrams for another month. Truth be told, I do feel like I could have been ready to take 0.5 milligrams, but there's been like some things going on behind the scenes. And like at the time, because I did like order this maybe like close to 3 weeks ago, I will say like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I don't remember at this point, but it must have been like a week or so after I start, I don't know. Anyway, the point is that like at the time when I had that appointment and I had already ordered like my second prescription of the medication, like I was feeling so awful that like I thought that I would probably need another month to be on the lowest dosage. And I don't know if I said it yet, but like I've been working on like slowly titrating up. So for me, like I wasn't in a rush to get to the next dosage, but I do feel like now I could have been on 0.5. Like I said, like I think I'll be fine. I'm not like in any rush to have like any sort of like crazy weight loss. But like with that being said, like that just means that like I'll need to be more vigilant about the pace that I'm eating at, and also like the portions that I'm eating at, and like I'll need to make sure that like I'm more vigilant about making sure that like I get all my exercise in. So that's just my experience. I do think for my next one, I will ask to be moved up to 0.5. But yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know. And like I said, like everybody's different. I'm obviously like not a physician, and I'm not like a certified personal trainer, and I'm not a nutritionist. So I can't tell you what to do. I'm just telling you like my experience. And like I said, like I think I mentioned this too like in the last comments, but like I am very sensitive to medication. And so like for me, that's why I was okay with like moving up at a very slow pace. So I'm very excited to like start my week 5, and let's go ahead and cue my injection.
Right there, it's good.
Yeah.
That's a good spot.
Oh, it stings.
Stings? Did the other ones sting?
Sometimes they do.
Hopefully that helps.
Week 5, but let's go.
Ooh.
Oh.
We've got a long way to go.
Happy Monday. Just taking my vitamins before the gym, and then I'm gonna go work out and say hello. Okay, so I just finished going to the gym. For some reason today I just kind of had like an off day. I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling a little bit icky. Sometimes the day after injection day I do feel this way. And then on top of that, like the gym was so crowded today, and like, did everybody want to do legs today? I don't know. But anyway, the point is like I was super like out of it, and like my knee was hurting. So like normally I do like 6 exercises. Today I only did 5, and like even on like some of the weights that I normally do, like I did less heavy ones today just because like I was feeling like not great. I try really like not to lift with my ego. Like I'm really working on like trying to listen to my body. So anyway, all to say, like it's okay to have an off day. Just remember to listen to your body and like listen to like what you need. And like I was super overstimulated in there, so I just left. Like I finished my 5 exercises and I just left. Like, and sometimes that happens. They're not all great gym days, and today was one of those days for me. But anyway, I just wanted you guys to know that like sometimes it's not as you plan, and that's okay. You can probably tell by the way my hair looks how I'm feeling. So I got back from the gym and I had one of these. I'm almost done with it actually, but anyway, I had one of these and then I just like have been feeling out of it. So I'm also having a little wrap from Tropical Smoothie with the acai smoothie. So yeah, that's like what's going on. I really like feel so out of it today. Yeah, my boss, the sweet angel that he is, told me I could take it easy for the rest of the day because I have like the worst migraine ever. But anyway, I just wanted to share that. I was talking to one of my friends today and she's like, maybe you're getting your period or something. And that could very well be the case. We have arrived at our favorite place. We are gonna get some things. Do you guys want a Trader Joe's haul? Because I feel like you do. Just keep in mind, like this isn't like the only stuff that like we eat throughout the week. Like I do try to eat like balanced, and this stuff sometimes is like if I want like a snack, this is like a healthier alternative. So anyway, just wanted to like preface that. Okay, so first things first, we've got boneless chicken thighs. We've got burgers because since it is summer, Lou is going to be grilling later on in the week. So I'm very excited about that because I don't have burgers very often, so I'm excited. Okay. We also have lean beef stew meat. Like this, I'll probably just put in the crock pot and it's really good. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. Okay, we've got mini bagels. Since I don't really have an appetite right now, I just like to have like a little piece of these with like eggs and bacon. So we got these. Lou wanted to try goat milk. So we have goat milk here. We've also got our corn for the grill later in the week. We've got the classic hamburger buns. I've never tried these before, but I'm thinking that these will be healthier than like the ones that you find at like your normal grocery store. So yeah. We also have a hand soap because I needed this for the kitchen. We also have, this is like a sweet treat. Again, I don't eat these all the time. This is only like sometimes, but we got the raspberry stars. And then we've got the breaded fried ravioli. If you put these in the air fryer, like chef's kiss. We've got the pastry cups. These are like a necessity in the house. I like can't explain it. I just really love them, so. We've also got these. They're little silver dollar pancakes. I've never tried them, but I felt like they would be good. And sometimes like, I just wanna have like a quick and easy breakfast, so. This is another repeat. So controversial. I really like these. Lou doesn't really like them. So anyway, like sometimes I'll only have like half of one and then I'll save the other half for the next day. But yeah, I really like these. These right here. I don't know who does the menu at Trader Joe's, but these right here are like, I don't know what they put in them. There's crack. There's crack in these. Like this is literally like you can't just have one. But I will say that like normally this is like a weekend treat. So normally we'll only have like maybe 2. And like this is like on like a slow like weekend day. We'll have these with like some eggs and stuff. These I think are new. This is gonna be Lou's snack. So I know he's excited about these because he loves everything mac and cheese. These are also new. These are the brown rice packs. I like to have like any kind of like rice in like a pack sometimes because sometimes like I don't feel like cooking rice even though all I have to do is put in the rice cooker. Like if I'm like in a pinch for time, these are like a good thing to have. And then of course, Lou and I always get separate desserts. Hold the cones. So we've got coffee bean and chocolate chip. This one's mine, this one's Lou's. So now we're gonna move on to like more of the good stuff. Okay, so we're also going to do a pizza night. So we've got the pizza sauce and this is like a double whammy because you can also use this for your fried ravioli, and the cashier at Trader Joe's told us that, so shout out to you. She was really nice. For some reason, I don't know, Trader Joe's is like the grocery equivalent of Chick-fil-A. Like they're all so nice there. I love it. Anyway, we got these pepperonis also. We got, well I got 2 protein bars because I'm still on the hunt for like the best one. I got this one, which is the Go Macro in oatmeal chocolate chip. And then this one, which I hear really good things about, this is the Bear Bells in cookies and cream. These are the salmon jerky dog treats. He's obsessed with them, obviously because he's like a Yorkie. He eats like a lot of like fish forward things. So he really likes these. I would say they're his favorite, if I'm being honest. We also got the pizza doughs. So one will be for Lou, and then obviously one will be for me. So we're gonna try these out. We tried making pizzas in the quarantine and they were like, okay, they weren't the best. But I think that these will probably be better because like they're from Trader Joe's, and I feel like there's a lot of stuff at Trader Joe's that like you can't really go wrong if you get it. So yeah, this is a new one we're also trying. Same thing here, obviously like I need to have proteins on hand. So we're gonna try the Kung Pao chicken and see how it is. We've got some broccoli. We've also got some extra sweet plums. We've also got 2 cheeses because we didn't think that there would be enough. So anyway, and then these, I really love these. These are the overnight oats. So I got 2 in vanilla, which I've had this one before, but I haven't had this one before. And this one's strawberry. The other one that I really like is the almond butter one. That one's good, but they didn't have it. I just sometimes like the taste of these a little bit more. Like I obviously do have like regular oatmeal. I'm honestly fine with either, but like I said, sometimes like if I'm in a rush and I want something quick, this is a good way to go. And then last but certainly not least, strawberries. I love strawberries. I literally have them all year round. Chico loves strawberries. So anyway, that is the haul. One more thing I wanted to shout out for today. My knees have been hurting a little bit today. BioFreeze, this stuff is amazing. I highly, highly recommend it. And yeah, you can put it on like pretty much anything that's hurting, like your back, your knees, that kind of stuff. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. Lou is making us dinner.
Setting up the grill.
Love that for you. I also love that for me too, but.
I think we do have to track time and we have to track where you are in your life right now, man. I want to congratulate you, Tyler, because a peaceful life is what you're now living. That's a big deal.
It's Wednesday, my dudes. I had every intention on like going to a class today because it's my ab day. And like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm not gonna zoom in. I'm giving Hitch when he has an allergic reaction.
A lot of Benadryl. A lot of Benadryl.
What? Oh! Oh!
I have a sty in my eye, so my eye just hurts and it's swollen and it doesn't feel good. Yeah, anyway, I'm not doing that, so I'll just take like a YouTube class or something. Anyway, breakfast is going to be very simple. I'm doing overnight oats, the strawberry one, so I'll let you guys know how this is. Strawberries and an iced coffee, and this is usually how I make my iced coffee. I'll do a quick taste test of the overnight oats so you guys can hear my thoughts. It doesn't really taste like strawberries. It's okay, but it doesn't taste like strawberries. Having a little fajita for lunch. I need to tell you guys, that was probably the worst protein bar I've ever had. I'm honestly kidding, because that like Pop-Tart protein thing that I had was pretty awful. I did not like that at all. It was like nougat, like it was giving cheap chocolate. When someone tells you cookies and cream, like you're thinking it's gonna be like the Hershey bar. You're thinking that you're gonna get like Oreos and like vanilla. This was not that. Honestly, the worst part about it is truly the aftertaste. If you guys have any kind of protein bars that you like, please let me know, because all the ones I've tried, trash. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I'm literally giving Quasimodo in like the worst way. As you can see, my eye is like super swollen. So, also I just got a new Alani Nu because I finally ran out. And I love the new packaging. It's very like summery. Super cute. Anyway, so I have an appointment with like urgent care today, so I'm waiting for that because my eye like hurts so bad. Yeah, I need medication because the warm compresses are not cutting it. Also, I'm officially out of this too. Let's go to the gym and do legs. I did want to share, I went to like virtual urgent care today to get something for my eye. So hopefully that will clear up soon. And then also, this is tea, but I think in an earlier clip you guys saw me like talking to somebody on my laptop. I was actually like getting my primary care physician visit out of the way for my next dosage of Wegovy, and surprisingly guys, like I was already able to pick it up. So I actually I picked up my prescription for my sty, and then I also picked up my 0.5 Wegovy prescription, and then I also picked up like the anti-nausea medication. So yeah, I'm super surprised with how quick I was able to get it. Sometimes like I do have to wait like a week and a half. I will say also, Novo Nordisk did release a statement a few days ago about like the shortages, and so I do feel like what they said kind of makes sense as to the reason why I was able to get my medication so quickly. I'll link the shortage announcement below because they also had like a video with it that I think would be good for you guys to watch, at least those of you guys that are on Wegovy. And yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Indescribable feeling you get when the lights begin to dim.
Happy Friday. My eye is looking a little better. Shout out to medicine. I'm gonna try this protein bar and we'll see how it is. And then I'm going to the gym. And then we're gonna continue about my work day. What are we doing?
We're at Epcot.
We are indeed at Epcot. We are gonna try to get on some rides, get some food, see the fireworks.
Having annual passes.
Literally, this was such a spontaneous, like, treat yourself day. So we're very excited. Okay, so first of all, Simple Plan is here, which is so cool.
Oh, we should have went to China. I'm wearing a Chinese menu.
Yeah, an ode to my teenage self. Lou got the ramen. How is it?
It's pretty good.
It's good?
It's cold, but it's good.
So I don't know what I'm gonna eat yet as like a little snack, but we'll see. Also, he got me the cutest Eeyore. Isn't he so cute? I'm obsessed with it. I also got a pair of ears, but
What you got there?
I got a butter and sugar crepe. It's the best thing here. It's not the best thing here. It's just I really like this thing, and nobody else thinks that it's as good as the way I think it is. Happy Saturday. So I am so tired. Disney, I don't care if I'm there for like an hour or if I'm there for like the whole day. It makes me so tired. So anyway, we're gonna have mini croissants today. I only usually make like 4 and I will probably only have 1. And then we are gonna have some bacon, some eggs, turkey bacon. I don't really have like regular bacon in my house. So yeah, turkey bacon, and then some fruit. Yeah, it's gonna be a good Saturday. Hello, so it is a little bit later in the day now. So Lou actually surprised me and got us tickets to the Solar Bears game. So it's not my first Solar Bears game. We did go on a double date with our friends Jen and Alec a little bit earlier in the season, and it was a lot of fun. So we're gonna go again, just Lou and I, on like a fun little date. So very excited about that. And it is, guys, like when I tell you, it is so hot, and it's only the beginning of May. I'm looking at like my thermometer thing and it's 92 degrees outside.
I mean, we know these guys, they know us.
So we're wrapping up week 5. Pardon my swollen eyelids still. I'm still struggling with my sty. I'm hoping that like it goes away, because I thought I was like in such a good place yesterday, and then like today I woke up and I was like, it's really swollen, and like this eyelid feels so heavy. I just wanted you guys this week to kind of see like a little bit more of like things that like we do for fun. Like we typically don't do like 3 date nights a week. I guess like this week was a treat. Usually Lou and I do like at least 1 date night a week, and for the past few date nights we've been like staying at home, but like our usual go-to date night is actually the movies, which is like our favorite thing ever to do, which is why like if you guys have seen like our engagement announcement video, that's why we did it at the movie theater, because like we love the movies. Like it's our favorite thing to do. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to see that like, you know, you guys can do things in moderation and like still achieve weight loss, like all within reason, right? I don't want anybody to think that like, you know, just because like you're on this medication and like just because like you're working towards weight loss, that like that means that like you have to like stop your life and like you can't enjoy like things like going to a sporting event or like going to Epcot or like anything like that. So I just wanted you guys to see like, you know, I do still enjoy those things. I do still get snacks. I can't eat as much of the snacks as I used to be able to, but like I think that that's like a good thing for me, at least. Like I found that like I still get cravings. Like I don't like hold back on like not being able to eat those things, but like, you know, being able to like honor the craving and like maybe not have as much of it has been working like perfect for me this time around, because I feel like, and like trigger warning, like for those of you guys who have like eating disorders or anything like that, like for me, I found that like, you know, the first time around when I lost weight, like I did like a lot of restrictive like dieting, and for me, like I found that like when I used to do that and like almost like romanticize it, it led to me having like certain like binge eating episodes or like emotional eating like when I was bored. And so I don't know, for me personally, I found that like being able to like have a little bit of something is better than like not having it at all. I firmly believe that like if you want to have something, like just have it, and like then you won't think about it anymore. And like I don't really think about food anyway, like if I'm being quite honest with you, but like if I walk past like the crepe stands at Epcot and I really want a crepe, like I'll have some of the crepe and like continue about my day. Because like how often am I like going to Epcot? I do have an annual pass, but like I don't always go to Disney. Like I maybe try to at least go once a month, but like I've been to Disney twice now since I started my medication, and like I haven't had urges to like buy tons and tons of snacks and like just eat. It's been like honestly cost efficient to go now that I'm on the medication. But yeah, like it's not to say that like I don't still like eat fun things. I do. But yeah, so I just wanted to share like that aspect of like weight loss, because like as you guys can see throughout the week, like I do eat clean very often, but like sometimes I do want to treat myself, and I feel like that's okay. That's personally what's worked for me. And I know that maybe this recap, at least for me, is very like centered around eating, which I guess is like kind of the point of the medication, right? But I will say there is another like thing that I wanted to talk about, and it's that like I think earlier in the week, you guys saw me on like a telehealth appointment with my virtual PCP, and I've used him like the past 2 times that I've gotten my medication, and he is a really nice doctor, but like there is one bone that like I do have to pick, and it's the fact that like he keeps trying to push veganism on me. That's not to say that anybody that like is vegan like has like health issues or anything like that. Like I know plenty of people that have like either been vegan or like currently still are vegan, and like that works for them, and that's fabulous. Like I will never like knock that like way of like eating for anybody. Like I think it's great for certain people. However, for me, I'm Colombian. I do love chicharrón. And like, I personally feel like for me, like it's just not sustainable. I have found that it's very hard for me to find like sources of protein to meet my like protein goals, and also to like stay healthy, and also to find things that I like, because like I am a picky eater. Like I don't know if you guys have been able to like kind of pick this up, but like I do have like, I don't want to label it that way because like I don't really know if like I am labeling it correctly. And I feel like sometimes like for certain things, like we live in this like world where like we constantly need to like label ourselves or like label something a certain way. But like I feel like I have like sensory issues when it comes to like certain food textures. And like for me, I have found, especially with like vegan food or like things that are vegan, that like certain like grains or sources of protein like are not things that I like. And I don't want to make this like health journey any more difficult for me than it has to be. For a certain kind of person, I feel like that diet works. For me, I don't feel like it does. And that's not to say that I haven't like tried vegan things before. Like, and I also feel like it has a lot to do with like where you live, because the last time that like I was in LA, I have a really good friend of mine who was pescatarian, but she eats a lot of like vegan things. I don't know like what her current diet situation is, but I will say I feel like a place like LA, which is actually, it's funny, like my doctor lives in California. Like it's very easy to like find vegan things that are good versus like somewhere like Florida. And like that's not to say that like there isn't good vegan options here. It's just that I feel like it's a little bit more limited, and it might be like way more expensive than like, you know, somewhere where there's like tons of people who are vegan. I have tried vegan things and love them, but like I said, like in the long haul, like I don't feel like that is sustainable for me. All to say that like I don't know if for my next appointment if I'll be proceeding with that doctor. And I know it's already been like 2 different doctors that like I have like technically like fired throughout my health journey, but like I feel really strongly about this because like, you know, a doctor and a therapist, they kind of like treat different aspects of you, right? Like a therapist is like there to treat your mind, or like, you know, a psychiatrist is also there to treat your mind. A doctor treats like your whole body and like all those like symptoms and like different kinds of systems, or like if you go to a specialist for something, they'll know all about that particular like system within your body. For me personally, like I feel like if I don't have a doctor that like really like understands and like respects like where I'm coming from as a patient, and like can really like meet like my needs and like where I'm at, like I don't think that that is the doctor for me. I kind of want to talk about this a little bit too, because like, you know, what I'm experiencing, like even though I have like access to see a doctor and like I have health insurance and I have access to medication, like in a way, like what I'm talking about are like different social determinants of health. And like there are some doctors who just like treat patients as just patients, like what I'm talking about. And like this is true for therapists too. Like, you should be matched with a doctor that like understands like where you're from, your lifestyle, like the kind of food that you eat, where you live, and those kinds of things, and like access to food, like access to fitness programs, those like categories. And like if your doctor doesn't understand or can't meet you where you're at, it's not necessarily to say that like they're not a good doctor, but like they just might not be the doctor for you. And I feel like that's okay. I tell people this all the time, especially like with therapy. Like there are certain therapists who will not like understand you, or like who may not understand like where you're coming from or like how you have grown up. And that might not be the therapist for you. For me personally, I have always gravitated towards Black and brown women in the therapy space because culturally that aligns with me, and like a lot of the things that I've gone through and a lot of like my upbringing are things that like they will understand. Whereas like if I was to go to like a Caucasian therapist who like has lived in the suburbs his entire life, like he might not really understand like certain things that are normalized for me. Again, like talking about social determinants of health, Black and brown women are consistently like dismissed for things like pain or anything like that. And so for me, it's been really important to like, if there is something where like I do feel like I'm in pain, or like if I feel like the doctor is not really listening to me, number one, I feel like that is a great opportunity for you to make sure, like if a doctor is denying you from getting like a test or anything like that, I would strongly suggest, like, and you don't have to take my advice, but I would say number one, have that doctor like notate in the chart that like they're refusing to like send you in for whatever kind of testing. That's the first thing. The second thing that I would say is you do what I'm doing and like just fire your doctor. I know that some people may not have that luxury, but like I will say that like you have to be like the best advocate that you can be for yourself. I personally like feel like I didn't always feel empowered like to do that, because I felt like a lot of this is, you know, like how you've grown up and like how you've been conditioned in life. But like I was like, oh, like I have to trust like everything that the doctor is saying and take like what that doctor is saying as gospel truth and dismiss completely the way that I'm feeling, because they are the professional. Like this isn't to say that like doctors are not the professionals, like they completely are the professionals. However, I feel like we are more than just like numbers waiting to be like seen. Like we are people and we are also different. And so like each treatment for a person needs to be different. I most likely will not be seeing that doctor for my next checkup, and that's okay. Like sometimes finding people that will treat you for different things, like whether that's a doctor or therapist, like it's a lot like dating. It might not be like the right match on the first time, and that's okay. I'm sorry that like I've gone on a tangent about that, but like I just feel like, especially for me, like this health journey this time around, it's been really important for me to like find people who really like understand like where I'm coming from with this approach, because like I said, like there's a lot of things that like I did the first time around when I was on this medication that were not healthy. And like, I'm not trying to like repeat those same vicious cycles. Like I'm trying to have this be something that is long-term for me, where I can really like honor and listen to my body and like learn how to like give my body the things that like it needs at that moment. And like, I don't want to be treated as like one size fits all, because like the way I'm doing things, and I've said this before, might not be the way that anybody else who's on this medication is doing things. Like I said, I have plenty of friends who are on this medication and are approaching like health and fitness completely differently than the way I am. And like, I respect the way that anybody wants to do anything. I don't necessarily even have to like understand it or agree with it, but at the end of the day, like I have to respect it. And like, that's all I can really say about that. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to know, like, even though like there are certain aspects of this that like I might not be struggling with anymore, it doesn't mean that there aren't other aspects of like being on this health journey that like I'm not still struggling with. So yeah, like I hope that this like empowers you guys to like really like advocate for yourselves in medical spaces, especially if you're a woman, especially if you're a woman of color. Like I work in like the healthcare industry, and I feel like those things are very, very important. And like, I cannot stress that enough. Like, you are your biggest champion. I am really excited to see what week 6 brings. Crazy to think that like it's already approaching like my week 6 mark. I just made my official like 3 months back in the gym, and like I feel strong and I feel like really awesome about all the progress that I'm making in the gym. And like it's crazy because like I'm hitting like new PBs, which is like personal bests. Some people refer to them as PRs, whatever it is that you want to refer to it as, it's cool. And yeah, like I feel like strong and more confident, and like I feel like very like mentally clear. And yeah, those are all like the fun things that are happening for me. Yeah, like I said, like I'm so like honored to honestly have like such a cool community of people, and like it's really fun to see like subscribers interact with one another, but also like have people interact with me, and like seeing all you guys come from like different like walks of the earth. And like yeah, it's crazy and really cool, and I just really appreciate you guys so much for being super supportive. Like I literally can't thank you guys enough for being so sweet and kind. Like the final housekeeping things that I'll say is that I know a ton of people have been asking me about like the app I use, and that is attached to the scale that I have. And so I have like an Amazon link down in my description. I'm pretty sure it is an affiliate link because it's like my own Amazon shop. So I think there is like a way for me to make money off of it. I'm not really sure because like I haven't like, I don't know if I've set that part up yet or whatever, but anyway, I wanted to disclose that in case you guys do want to use it. There's that. Also, like this is just, you know, I want to make sure that I'm very clear. Like I said, not everything that like I'm doing may work for you and vice versa. And just know that, you know, like we're all here to help and like empower one another. And I want to keep like that super encouraging and positive. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And like seriously, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Like you guys are amazing, and every week I'm like speechless, and like my heart is so full. So I can't wait to see you guys in the next week. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Okay, bye.